to do battle for a top prize of $1,000. A couple of weeks ago, John Kuhn and Barry Soward made it. 7 days ago, 2 more bowlers made it in Dave Julien and Bruce Highland. Let's talk about that one, Jack, that we saw. Good finish by both bowlers, and they ended up dead even at 240.
240 for Dave Julien. Fine finish in his first string, as also his second string. And Bruce Highland, who I picked for third, proved me wrong, and it's nice to see him make it to this final round at 240. And Steve O'Loughlin tell me a fine story. No, you know how he got into this, Bruce? I forgot to mention it while he was bowling, but he brought his son over to bowl, and the night he brought him over, there was qualifying going on, and they needed one bowler to make it even, and he qualified. So,
no kidding.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's keeping in mind, a lot of guys didn't make it when they tried to qualify.
That's right,
You've got to bowl 5 strings. You take your course top 32 bowlers over those 5 strings, so that's quite a story.
I thought it was a great story. And then you look at Craig McGuire at 228, did not make it, but was fouled in a 9-pin break, which was very costly. You know, I mean, he did get the ball out, so I mean, our foul line judge is very conservative, and I think he did the right thing about blowing it down. So anyway, we're into the finals, and this is going to be a tough one, a real tough one. So get your Coke and Pepsi or whatever it is, and just sit down, and you're going to watch some fine bowling. The scores are going to be very high here in this roll-off.
You heard it from the master, folks. We have come through 14 weeks. This is week number 15. This is the final. Let's meet our 4 finalists in the order in which they have drawn. The leadoff bowler will be Dave Julien, this man. He is from Dartmouth. He bowls out of the Paisley Pine Street Center. Dave Julien carries an average of 118. He has a single of 187. He has an excellent triple of 442. Those the numbers on our leadoff bowler, Dave Julien. Bowling second will be Barry Soward from Halifax. He bowls out of the Halifax Fairlane Center. Barry has an average of 124. 1 pin shy of the 200 club, a single of 199, and a booming 480 triple for our second bowler, Barry Soward. Bowling third will be Bruce Highland from Sackville. Bruce bowls out of the Super Bowl. He has a 111 average, 193 single, and 430 is the triple owned by Bruce Highland. And our fourth and final bowler is John Kuhn. He's also from Sackville. He bowls out of the Super Bowl. 115 is John's average, 176 his career high single, 454 is the triple owned by our fourth bowler, John Kuhn. That is the lineup, Jack James, and now you got to pick a champion, not just the winner of this match, but a champion.
Well, I think I'm going to go with the experience and Barry Soward. I mean, he is from Halifax, and I am born in Dartmouth, raised in Dartmouth, but I like Barry Soward for first, and Dave Julien for second, and John Kuhn for third, and Bruce Highland for fourth. But
you got those numbers, Jack.
But anyway, I mean, the boys are all going to get money, so, you know, that's a good thing about it. But I know one of them is only going to get 1,000, so it's going to be interesting.
So what we're saying, we should hit Barry up for a loan now? Or?
Exactly.
Okay. Those are the picks, Jack. Thank you very much.
And I want to know who's calling the shots.
That's right. All right, sit back and relax. You're in for some sincere entertainment if you like candlepin bowling, because this should be a most interesting championship match. 4 excellent bowlers. Let's get it started now as Dave Julien gets up. They start off this one with a couple of frames. First string of 2.
And a fine crowd on hand, I should say, Bruce, and Helen Flonwhite is still with us.
Yep. Dave Julien, we saw him a week ago. 116, 124, his numbers off to the right-hand side. But look at this backdoor action. What a great setup there.
Great spare chance.
The last time you saw the 1, 2, 3 with Wood in behind like that, Jack.
It's good stuff on the ball, and if he's on the front end, he should have it. What a start.
He does.
David's throwing the ball with a little authority to start this championship match. I know when we seen him a couple of weeks ago, he was a little lazy at times, but if he can maintain that speed, he's going to be tough to beat. Good action
6,
again off
7,
the side.
8.
He's not going to hit
that wood out in front.
He's not going to hit the front one with action like that off the sides. Now what he's got to do here is go left of that front wood on the red band and push that other one over towards the 10, and the ball should take out the wood, should take out the 7.
There he's got one. It's inching over, but not quite far enough.
Oh, that was a good try.
And it was. Wow. Dave was trying to Use the body English to get that to go over a little further. And he gets on the wood. Doesn't get the pin, but a fine opening.
Now this
Spare
type,
8 on it, then a 9 in the box.
excuse me, Bruce, in this match here, the winner is going to have to hit something on every ball. I mean,
Did he get 9 in that spare or 8? I guess it was 8, Jack.
yes, it was 8
For a
with
moment there, I
the
thought, yep.
7 and 10 standing.
Right on. Barry Soward up now.
Uh-oh, I don't like that.
He dropped the ball a bit there.
That's right. And
Barry Soward through this competition, sponsored by Humpty Dumpty New Wave. And they tell us the chips are on the way, Jack.
okay. I'm getting a bit hungry here. You know. I could eat those chips.
Try some of those New Wave chips.
Barry, I'll play the Deadwood here and try and come up with a 9, but he's got 8 for sure.
Yep.
Oh, we're going to have to give him 7.
Yeah.
I think that was a
Chan
foul.
Cost him a couple of pins.
Yeah, he did call 7. It's a little more deliberate here in this. Let's see if he gets his ball over the foul line, because once he starts dropping it, he's in trouble. Yep. That's a better ball. A little off to the side, but 3-pin, but good action. Oh, lovely action. He's down the pin, talking to the pins down in the wall, but when that headwind fell, he had a real good spear set up with the wood frozen under the 1-3, or 1-2, I should say. But now this shot here, I'd go right in the hole. Both noses of those woods, shoot right there. Now, he turned around very quickly, knew he missed it.
Yeah.
Tough wood for 10, but
And he will settle for the 9 there. So a 7 and a 9 for Barry Soward to open. That'll bring up Bruce Highland. Bruce Highland, as he has all the way through, carrying the colors of Target Concrete Sawing and Drilling. They have seen him through the opening round, the quarterfinal, the semifinal, and now all the way to the final. Good hit in the front end, wants the 7-pin. Not going to get it, though. Target Concrete Sawing and Drilling. 835-5466. That's the number.
that's a good shot if he makes it. Good coverage on the 10, which is a tough one.
Oh, yeah, good hit for Bruce Highland. And tell you what, that doesn't hurt your confidence to open with a shot like that, Jack.
Sure doesn't, and you know, he was the only gentleman so far to hit the front pin on his first ball on this start of this first string, I should say, and he's on it
that
again.
mark, wow, he jumped the wood right between the 3 and the 6, touched the 6, didn't go, got the 5 though.
Another good spare chance. Good wood there. Hits it on the outside or inside, he should get it.
Ooh, through the hole.
That's hard to believe. He put
yeah, really.
put a ball through that hole.
Got a big shot coming up here.
He'll be on the inside of the 3 here. Try and come up with an 8.
A little bit better there. So a spare 5 on it, and then the 8 for Bruce Highland. John Kuhn now. WCH Builders Limited, that's his sponsor. And they too have stuck with him all the way through and will also in the doubles competition.
John is the dark horse, but the only reason I didn't pick him for first or second is because I think this is his first major event for him. But he's got an awful deadly ball there.
Likes to throw him hard. Wife Denise in the crowd.
Now, if you're betting on a triactor, he's the man to pick.
Yep. There you see the colors of WCH Builders Limited. Look at John Kuhn. Hoping to carry those colors all the way to the championship.
Did you hear what Helen said? Got 2 difficult pins down there. And she said, let's have a 10. John will be quite happy with the 9, I think.
And he's going to get 9. Well, wood on the move. Had it been flush on the pin, he would have got it. So a 9 for John Kuhn to open. A year ago, Chris Holland, Ian Niven, Charlie Sloanwhite, and Doug Blackler.
How can we forget that match?
Yeah, they were here.
Yes, I enjoy doing it. And I think we're going to have the same results here in this one. We got 4 good bowlers, and John Kuhn is probably the rookie of the 4 bowlers.
Yeah.
But
seem to think in that jersey pocket, the 1-3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, John, now what do you do? I'd like to have 10, but I think you'll play the 2, Jack.
Certainly will. I mean, He's up against 3 other very good bowlers, and this is no match to have 6s or 7s in. No, he went for the works.
He did go for them all. It is early. He had to take a 7 there. Now Dave Julien to go back to the top of the order. Couple of 16s for Soward and Kuhn. 27 for Julien. 23 for Bruce Highland.
When you were asking me who I liked, and David was sitting on the outside of the bench there, and he was looking right at me when I picked him. Then when he got up the bowl and he got the spear, he steered right at me. So he wants to prove me, but he's got a good spear chance right here. And 4-7. Ah, he was in too far in. He knew it.
Jack, when you get up with this kind of pressure on and a lot of dollars on the line,
well, that shot
I really got to believe you can grab that ball and hold that ball a little tight sometimes.
Exactly.
Not to fault the bowlers, really. It's just that that's a fact of life.
Well, that type of spear that David had there was, you know, you can't miss those in this competition right here. You've got to get them. And
Jackie Kenny, our official scoreboard on the big board here in the Super Bowl, and Mel O'Leary as our lob and foul line judge.
it's a good shot when it goes. He splits the 1-3.
Oh,
Just missed the front.
Yeah,
No,
wait a
he's going to
minute.
get it. He's going to get it.
yes, he does. Came back up the hill and took out the one in front. Just the way I played it, Dave said.
I think that priest is still here.
Barry Soward now.
Now, both boxes, he dropped that ball. And when you see Barry doing that, that's a bad sign.
Yep.
And he dropped that one.
Semi-final play. Or at least quarter-final play. Barry Soward with a 116 and 122. The semi-final, 141 and 126.
He's a good one.
Absolutely is. Somebody made the point, and rightfully so. I don't want to say the older guys, the old guys rather, but the older guys are into the final. John Kuhn, the young, well, how old's Barry? John Kuhn's 34. Barry's 37. 48 for Dave Julien, and 51 for Bruce Highland. So the older. Some of the older bowlers are here anyway.
Well, you got to give these 4 bowlers credit because there's a lot of good bowlers gone by the wayside.
It's quiet here.
Isn't it, eh? Now we got to get some mark stuff here.
That's right.
There
And, well, he would like to have had the 6-pin.
Barry doesn't look himself up there. He looks, I don't know. I don't think the pressure should bother him, but because he's been in this competition numerous times. Good try there for Barry.
That was a good try.
Helen's a great motivator, though. You know,
Yep.
as much as we pick on her, she got that carrying voice that. Good 10.
Yes. So Barry Soward hung in there real tough and picked up the 10. Bruce Highland is up once again. Bruce opened with the spare. Sitting at 23 right now after 2.
That's where he's deadly. When he's on that pocket, I'll tell you, or in that pocket, I should say, Bruce, he's very deadly.
This is no gimme here, though, Jack.
I'll leave that up to you.
There's only one way to get this pin, and that's on the left-hand side. Chip the pin over. Maybe the ball might get on the wood, but I don't think so.
If you'd hit the pin on the inside, where the ball, he just would have hit the nose of that wood, he would have had a shot at it. Would have been very close, right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The ball could come off and get on the wood.
Yes.
Yeah, or chip it. I don't know if that wood was close enough. But I'm not going to second guess you, Jack.
Sure.
Other side now for Bruce Highland.
Bucket shot.
Yeah.
And he's bowling with a lot of intensity. And
Yes, he is. Now there's a hole in the bucket.
Starting to leak.
There lies it. And a nice cleanup there for Bruce Highland. Couple of tens. John Kuhn returns to the approach now. You just joined us. It's the final, the championship match in our men's singles competition. $1,000 for first place, 500 for second, 3 and then 100.
John started with 16, so we're in the third box.
Good looking ball.
All right.
Nice setup.
Beautiful setup.
Big deal is here. He's got to get on the 3.
Exactly. He's a little bit more delivered this match. Well, of course. No. Yeah, he's a little disappointed himself there. He's hanging his head low.
That was a pretty good looking spare chance.
Yes, it was, yeah. And like I say, in this competition, you can't miss those shots. And I don't care if he's only human or not. Always getting some instructions from his wife, so.
Well, John Kuhn to the other side. And we'll take a look at the scoreboard after this. Mark down the preliminary numbers.
That's it. All right.
Spinning and
Solid
twisting
10.
wood.
Well, maybe it might go here. No.
No.
Good wood. Around the red band.
Yep.
Drive it straight through. Should have an easy spare.
Taking a long look at this one.
He sure is.
Oh, ball got the pin, Jack. Wood
Yeah.
was twisting away, but the ball came off and got the pin, and that is a big, big mark for John Kuhn there. We go to the scoreboard and take a look. Remember, 4 frames into this one, first string of 2. The numbers tell us this story. Dave Julien is your leader at 47. That's 47 for Julien. Second place, only 4 pins back, Bruce Highland at 43. 36 now, and open is John Kuhn, and 35 for Barry Soward. Early numbers, Jack, but
Early
I can
numbers.
tell you who's off to the quick start and who isn't.
Right. And I think this 5th and 6th box in this first string will determine who's going to bust the string wide open. And I think you're going to see Dave Julien, when he gets up, he's on a mark. You're going to see him get a lot on it and probably carry on with 2 more marks and set the pace for this string. But right now it's up for grabs.
All right, that's the situation. Let's go back to the action once again and take a look at Dave Julien and see what he can get on the spare he put up on the 4th.
If he loads this and continues on with another couple marks, we're going to see good scores, good action off the side.
He's got 4 on. He's got nice coverage on the 7.
I'll give him 6 on it, not 4.
4 left. Oh, wow. Great, great try.
Beautiful try.
Right, wood just brushed by the 9.
Good cleanup.
It's a single pin. And with all said and done, those single pins might be worth $500. They were a year ago when Ian Niven beat Chris Hollett by a single pin.
Yes, that was a good match to do, and I
So
hope
when we make those statements, people say, yeah, sure. Well, it did happen a year ago. Could happen again here.
David's getting some good action off that New Jersey side.
Yep. Good setup here.
Beautiful.
Oh, David. Not what he wanted at all.
No. No, that's 2 spares on these 6 boxes that he's missed. That normally he would bang on
Get through the whole
top 8.
Okay. I'll sit down and try and forget that one as Barry Soward gets out. Barry, the only bowler who is yet to mark, at a 7, a couple of 9s, and a 10.
Well, the good thing about it, where he hasn't marked, nobody's running away with it with a lot of marks. So if he gets one with a good count, he's right in it. Oh, and he's dropping the ball. Something terrible.
He is. You can hear it. Left the 2, 4, 5.
Not the shot you want for your first spare. Good shot.
Oh,
All
pull the
right.
string.
That's the experience coming there.
Yes, sir.
And you notice he didn't drop that ball.
Oh, he didn't.
He's hard to beat when he gets that ball out over the foul line. But Dougie Blacker has the same problem when he drops it. He's not the same bowler as when he gets it out.
Yeah. And Barry, if you're wondering why he's waiting so long, he wants that ball back again. It felt pretty good.
Yes, and he's wiping the excess oil off it, or whatever they pick up when they're down there rolling around before they come back.
Found that one too, and through the middle he goes. Wow.
And I know the viewers heard that. That was a bad drop. That ball almost flew all the way down in the pit in the air.
Barry here will have to go to work. And he does. Look at this. He's
Good
going
shot. Oh,
looking big
right.
time.
That's a great shot. He gets 10 out of this, he'll be happy.
Yes, sir.
Got 4 on the mark, but he punched out the guts.
Gets a single pin there. So he was on the front end, made a great second shot, and cleaned up with the third ball. Bruce Highland up now. Bruce 3 over, 43 after 3. Sitting in second place right now.
He's in good shape.
Yes, he is. 8 pins out of first. First is worth 1,000 off to the side, though.
We like to play the sides once in a while, but not that far down. Look out.
Oh, almost did a little too much stuff on that ball. Pins get out of there in a hurry.
They sure did. He left the 2-5 or 3-5 and two big pin. He's at 52 for 4.
Why did they start numbering the pins, Jack?
Pardon?
Why do they number the pins?
Well, there's only 10 down there, so.
I mean, you can look and see if you got the 2 on that side and 1 on this side. I don't know if there's an answer to it, but I assume it's so when guys brag about the great shot they made last week, they can describe it, and the guys will know what they're talking about. They can't say there was 2 on the left and 3 on the right. They can say there was the 2-4-7, and right there is the 4-10.
Yeah. Good try. I think he was trying for the nose of that front wood.
Yeah.
Now, to get back to your question, I'm trying to avoid it, but I can't.
That's a 9 for Bruce Highland. Now that I know you're trying to avoid it, Jack, there's no way. This is John Kuhn open on a spare, after which Jack will give the answer to that question.
Go away. John would like to sink this deep.
Yes, he would. Well, he hit it pretty good, just a little fine. But he's got nice wood in behind. He's got 5 on the mark and a good chance to mark again here.
Very good chance. Somebody say something.
Oh, right through the middle. Tough when you bear down and get on the object pin, but I gotta believe, Jack, that sometimes starts to happen to guys who are bearing down too much.
Exactly.
I mean, you've got to be focused, but you also have to be loose, which is somewhat a contradiction.
Yeah.
Bear down, relax. What?
I think John's his own worst enemy here. He's taking too much time, I think.
Taking a little too much time, yeah.
I mean, it's nice to be deliberate, but, you know, bowl your own style. That's what you got to do in this main event here, you know. Don't do anything different.
Yeah.
I mean, Barry Sauer's doing something different. He's dropping the ball, which is, he can correct, but, you know, John Kuhn, the matches that we done that he was in, I mean, he had more strikes than 2 guys put together.
Yeah. He did work a little quicker.
Yes.
There's the strike. Okay, John, we're sorry. Take your time.
No, he didn't take too much time on that one. He was, you know.
Dave Julien is back up again after seeing John Kuhn with the strike. That's the first strike of the competition. Puts him right back in the hunt.
Sure does.
This is our leader, Dave Julien, punching out in the right-hand side.
He's been on the 3-pin quite a bit in this. Of course, we're in the 7th box of this first string of the finals.
Good out. Moves him around. That is a good out. What do you think, Jack? You go after the 9?
Oh, he'll go after the 10 here. He'll play the front pin on the right side, so that if he misses, he'll get the 10.
Got them all. Good shot for Dave Julien.
Would like to have a mark here in this 8th box of this first string. Just apply some pressure to the other 3 fellows that are behind him.
Oh, my. Big strike for Dave Julien. So,
Okay.
picking up a little bit. Let's see how Barry Soward responds. We saw John Kuhn with the strike, and then Dave Julien with a tennis strike. So.
And did you notice how hard Dave Julien threw that ball?
He's heating up a little bit as we watch Barry Soward.
Getting exciting.
Yeah.
There's a good ball.
And he's got the strike.
And he didn't drop the ball.
No, sir. So in the last 4 frames, we've seen 3 strikes. You get a good look at the crowd, some of the people, the blonde gal there, just to Barry's left. That's his wife, Judy. Denise Kuhn in the back row, sitting right beside Tom Carroll, who's right behind Barry Soward's left elbow now.
Okay. He didn't drop that one
double.
in. Oh, he turned his back. He thought he was going to punch out, but it's not all that bad so far.
Well,
right in tight on the left nose of that wood and try to spin it, get some action off the 4-7, take out the 10.
Make sure he gets the 4-7 because he's still on the strike.
That's right. He wants to get a 9 count here on the strike.
He does get that. And that's 9 bonus pins for Barry Soward.
Puts him at 78 for 7.
Boy, a long time no strikes, and then 3 and 4 frames.
Thank John Kuhn for
That's right,
giving us some excitement.
Now Bruce Highland getting up. He's seen what's transpired, and he will pick up his strike ball now. Yeah, this is the biggest crowd and the quietest match, maybe, Jack. And he hits well also.
It's going to heat up. We seen this made for a 10, Bruce.
Yes, we did. Billy DeLuny made it, I believe.
Well, I'd
Way
play
back in around week 2 or something.
I'd play the 4-pin, the one on the left, closest to the channel, and hit that gutter wood and try to bring it out.
Couldn't make up his mind.
That's right. And he said,
I'll shoot for
the hole. I'll probably get one. So.
And that's where it'll end with 8.
Well, it's an exciting match. You know, it's low scoring so far in the first string, Bruce.
Yeah.
But,
Boys are keeping it close.
Yes.
Again.
Balls are jammed, I think.
Well, I think they are. It sometimes takes a little longer than usual. Now this one is coming back.
It's one thing when we were pin boys, we never jammed the balls.
That's the first thing you do is throw the balls up on the rack and then rack the pins.
That's it.
There's another good hit. This time the result's a little better. Good setup here.
How good is it? What do you do?
Excellent.
Is it? Okay.
Red band wood on the left-hand side. Impossible to miss.
Okay.
There is the shot. Those are the easy ones, Jack. Good mark for Bruce Highland. This
Very
is
big mark.
John Kuhn now. We saw him strike a moment ago on the 6th. He's back up again, looking for the double.
Yeah, he started all this excitement.
Yes, he did. Only a couple of pins for the first place right now.
Good action, not bad off the Brooklyn side of the 2-pin.
Did I say he was a couple of pins to the first place? No. A couple of pins to the 3rd. However, he's going to move up with this bonus.
Yeah, he's taking too much time. This is not his style of bowling.
Oh,
good shot.
man.
Well, I'll tell you. Oh, short
He
pin.
moved that around. So he gets 9 bonus pins. And it will be 9 in the box for John Kuhn. Well, as the match rolls along, it seems the boys seem to bowl slower and slower, Jack. Not faulting them for that at all. I'm just saying that the intensity builds, but I think you're right. Sometimes a little too much might not be a good thing.
That's right. See, now that that's what it does, you know, like, I mean, he's just
It makes you think too much.
That's right, exactly. You know, getting too deliberate.
Yeah. You got to be focused, got to bear down. But John knows how to play this game.
Because he's an exciting guy to watch, and
that's a better ball.
Yeah.
Good rebound by John Kuhn here in the 8th. Couple of frames to go to the halfway mark in this one. Believe me, it is heating up. The boys throwing smoke at this point in time. Let's go to the the scoreboard and take a look at the numbers. When we do that, we see Dave Julien continues to lead the way. He's at 91, and the good news is he's open on his strikes. So 91 by Julien and open. In second place, Barry Soward, 88. But John Kuhn now just 1 pin out of second at 87, and he is open. And Bruce Highland drops to 4th at 79, but he's in the hunt because he, too, is open on a mark. Pretty exciting stuff, Jack.
Very exciting, and you know, if Dave Julien doesn't go crazy here going up in the next 2 boxes and on that strike, we're going to have a low-scoring first string, but it's going to be very interesting coming into the second. But the boys, when they're on the front pin, are very, very explosive. But so far, this first string, they haven't been in the pocket that consistently. And you know, I'd like to see John Kuhn bowl within himself rather than try and, you know, worry the pins are a little slow up there. And I think it's costing them a lot of race. But right now, we'll see, you know, how this first string finishes.
All right, let's go back once again to the bowling and once again to Dave Julien and see if he can put together perhaps a double. Again, it's very quiet. They cheer him on and then nothing. And fans showing a lot of respect for the importance of every ball here.
Okay.
Off the side, but boy, they
Almost
were
a
loose
double.
for him, yes. Good chance to mark here with the 1-2.
Beautiful chance. He's got the 1-2. Another bad miss by David.
Does get 9 in the mark, though. Appreciate that. It keeps it close. That's the ball he wanted, and he gets the 10. So Dave Julien goes to 110. So often the case, Jack, we see big matches when it comes to the final. The score's not all that high. The exception being a year ago. Oh, that's tough for Dave Julien. He and Niven won it with a 249. Chris Hollett had a 248. Doug Blackler, 241 in that match. And Charlie Swanwhite, he made it in, but only had a 216.
Well, we're only in the first string here, but the first string is not going to be what you call very, very high. But any one of these boys are capable of throwing 180 or what a 10.
A nice 10 for Dave Julien. So with that, he checks in at the halfway mark at an even 120. Now, Barry Soward. He is 12 pins out of first place. We've got to talk about first place because it's not a case anymore of first or second. You want to be first and get the big money.
That's right on, yeah. And he only has 2 marks in 8 boxes, and he's had a lot of problems dropping that ball. And like Dave Julien seems to have a problem with his first ball. He doesn't have the speed on it, but I'm not trying to be critical of both these guys, but they're not bowling like, and John Kuhn is just taking too much time.
Yep.
You know.
Well, there's the 3 pins for Barry Soward. And then there were 2.
What's him at 96 for 9? Of course, Dave Julien finished with a 120. Excellent opener. He knows he's doing it, but he's going to have to do something to correct it in the second string, I think. Go in and wash his hands, or, you know, get some of that.
Worked for Minnesota Fats.
It sure did.
The movie when he was playing Paul Newman and Jackie Gleason was playing Minnesota Fats. Newman was the young guy when they made that film. And he had Gleason on the ropes, and so he went in and washed his hands and kind of took a little time. Barry stopping there, and rightfully so. There was a cell phone going off here. But he don't want to be distracted. And that has caused this place to go deadly quiet.
It sure has. What
and boy, that's a nice shot for Barry Soward. good to see a bowler do that, though, Jack, because that
Yeah.
came just when he was about to deliver it. No question.
Well, that was a
the
10. I'm
strike.
sorry. Yeah, I thought it was 10.
That's
but
right, yeah. 10 for Barry Soward.
Maybe you can thank the cell phone for having taken his
right.
time there.
Bruce Highland's up now, and he's open on a very big spare. And he hits good. He's got a 9 count on it and a great chance to mark again. A great chance to mark again for Bruce Highland.
Yeah, salt 6 pin. You got it.
Bang. Well, sir, Bruce Highland now making some noise from 4th place.
That's our first 2 in a row.
Yep.
So he's at 98 and open.
Yeah.
So he's got a good chance to create some daylight here.
Yes, he does.
For second anyway, or first.
Another good hit, good 8 count, but 5-7. No wood. We'll talk this over with John Kuhn. He's waiting again for the balls to come back. They are a little slow for some reason. And tell him to take all the time he wants. And this is a championship match.
That's right.
He can wait as long as he wants, and we're not going to rush him. Interesting situation here in the championship match. Bruce Highland's up. He's got 1 more frame to go. He's sitting at 106, after which we'll see our final bowler in John Kuhn, and that'll take us to the halfway mark. We've said it before, Jack, quite often in these final matches, you don't see the big scores, but they keep it close, and that's what's happening right here.
Yes, very much so.
The other thing I want to comment also on, Jack, throughout this series, this year, last year, and throughout all the matches we seem to do, good crowds on hand, but not just good crowds, but very knowledgeable.
Exactly.
They know how to play the game, and they know how to act as fans. They're
Yeah.
quiet when you have to be quiet. They cheer on the bowlers.
You just
when
bring
they need
cell
to cheer.
phones.
Yep, that's right. That was the only bad thing.
Oh, that was an excellent try there by
Yes, it was.
Bruce. He was awful
Yeah.
close to that.
And that's a shot, Jack, as you know, if you're going for it, chances are you will miss it if you don't make it.
That's right.
You don't want to be dead on the pin. This was a different story there. He's playing that for a 9. But Bruce Highland finishes very well. Picking up the mark.
115.
Yep, 115. Now, John Kuhn is open on a spare. This is a big mark for him.
For him to be effective, he's got to be in the pocket because he throws the ball very hard.
It's a couple of marks if you're going to catch Dave Julien for top spot. Gets 5 here.
Okay, it's good. Tough break, but work on this for a 9 or a 10 if possible. But
Again, it goes very, very quiet here. Nice try. Good setup for 10, though, for John Kuhn. And they have 1 frame to go. We'll be at the halfway mark.
got to hit this high. Right at the red band, he should clear them out.
He does. John Kuhn gets a couple of pins there and picks up the 10. So, last bowler up here is John Kuhn. Last frame to the halfway mark. Remember, you want to be first in this match this week. $1,000.
That's right.
That's the prize money. No, not what he wanted there.
Now he's at 102 for 9 with the box remaining, and a 10 here will put him at 112, which is 8 pins out of first place, and 3 pins out of that $500 range. Good action.
Couple more to come here. Gets one of the 2. So John Kuhn finishes off with a 10, then a 9, and it takes us to the halfway mark. Championship match. Dave Julien, Barry Soward, Bruce Highland, and John Kuhn all looking for that top prize of $1,000. We're going to come back and take a look at the scoreboard at the halfway mark, and then we'll move on to string number 2, the final string in this competition. And then we're going to crown a champion, Jack, and we'll do all that after these messages.
What's up? Who's hot? Where's the latest action spot? did you know? Milestones and local heroes. Sports shorts, event reports, news and views of every sort before the show, behind the scene, and every second in between. Get plugged into your life, plugged into here and now. Get plugged into your life, plugged into here and now. Get plugged in. Participation, inspiration, education, recreation, celebrations and on location.
Plugged In, the show with what you want to know, what you need to know, and what you'd like to know about what's going on in your town this week.
Get plugged into your life, plugged into here and now.
Get Plugged In on your local cable station.
And welcome back to the Bedford-Sackville Super Bowl. We're at the halfway mark. This is our final match. It's the championship match. It's the men's singles bowling candlepin championship. And we are down to just one string per bowler. And a $1,000 prize awaits the winner of this one. As we look at the number, it is interesting. Only 14 pins from last to first at the halfway mark. Dave Julien, our leader, at 120. Bruce Highland, second at 115. John Kuhn at 111. And Barry Soward, 14 pins away from that $1,000 payday at 106. Jack James.
Well, I tell you, Bruce, Dave Julien hit at 120, but I got 3 X's here that he missed 3 good spare chances that are usually routine for Dave, but bowled very well at 120. And for him to maintain that first place lead, he's got to put a lot of speed on that first ball, and so he can get some good action. And Barry Sauer, I think, is going to come on very strongly in this second string. I think he's found his problem. He went and cleaned his hands, I should say, and he will not be dropping the ball, so he's going to be tough in there. And Bruce Highland, if he can maintain that second ball the way he did the first string, he's going to hold on to second place, I think, for $500. And John Kuhn, I think, is taking too much time, and if he's in the pocket, he's going to be tough. But I look for Barry Sauer to come on with big things here in this second string.
Okay, that is the situation. Let's go back to the bowling and start our second and final string in our final match. It is the men's singles candlepin championship. Dave Julien up on the approach. Barry Sauer, Bruce Highland, and John Kuhn waiting in the wings. This is it, the start of the second and final frame. Somebody is going to pick up a cool $1,000 at the end of this one.
There's a good action from Dave off the 3-pin. He just would to hang on to the 5, and he's on the front end here. We'll give him a spear to start, which he did in the first string.
And he does. Made no mistake about that. Dave Julien, our leader, throws down a gauntlet there.
So maybe he's deliberately trying to stay away from that pocket.
Maybe you're right, yeah.
Good action off that 3-pin and 2-pin, so.
Well, throw a big ball here.
Yes.
You get over on that Jersey side that time, Jack. Only came up with 4. He does have a decent setup, though.
Very decent, yeah. Good wood in there, and splits the 1-2. We'll give him another spare.
Now he's got a big shot.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, your comments are very true. He's had a chance. He had one here to break away a little bit. Did come back and get a 9 there, but only 4 in the mark. So I don't know if he's just doing that to keep the match close and make it more entertaining. I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think his wife is saying, look, I need to do some chopping.
That's right. Okay, Barry Sauer up now.
They're going to keep it. The other 3 bowlers right now are keeping their eye on this guy right here because they know that with his experience and his accuracy, if he doesn't drop it, he's going to be tough in the string.
17 pins out of first place. He's got to get on that front end.
Yeah, he didn't drop that one, but he was off to the 3-pin. But he got a good spare chance here. These are the kind of shots that he shines on.
We've seen him make many great shots in this so far. And Jack, you're dead on that one. Beautiful shot by Barry Sauer to open the second string.
And that's just what the other 3 bowlers didn't want for him.
That's right. This is not good news. He starts making those. However, Highland, Kuhn, and Julien have made some great shots of their own in this competition.
Yes, I've seen some good shot making throughout this whole tournament, Bruce. Look out.
Big hit. Gonna get 9. And good setup here.
Beautiful. Even the nose will give it to him. So,
Yeah, I think it will.
but I think he'll go right on the pin here. This is gone.
Boy, dead center. Barry Soward opens with a couple of spares, and you're right. The other 3 don't want to see that. Bruce Highland now sitting second at the halfway mark itself to start his second game. Knowing he's going to stay there or get first place, he's got to come up with marks.
Yes. Good, yeah, right. I like it. I like it.
Oh, my.
There is,
like this.
if there is an underdog of the 4 bowlers that are in this championship, it's Bruce Highland. And, you know,
4 marks in the opening 5 frames, one of them a strike.
he is the oldest participant,
Yeah.
but not by much.
Double, maybe. No.
It's a good action there by Bruce.
This is a great chance for him to mark again. What a great way to open the second string with a strike spare.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can pull it off.
The nose would be good to him here.
Yes, it would be. He's got it. Bruce Highland will not be denied. We saw him in the semifinal under great pressure, putting mark after mark up on the board. He's doing it again here. John Kuhn now seeing what's happened. 6 frames, 5 marks for the other guys to open.
Big smile on Bruce's wife when he got that spear in the strike there. She was going with her fingers, shopping money.
Yes, sir.
And here's the rookie. And
Oh, my.
I
That's what
just,
John wanted.
I hope he speeds this match up or speeds himself up a bit because he'll have better control.
Oh, wow.
Good shot.
Boy, that was a great drive by John Kuhn. Don't know how that pin remained up, Jack. Wood flying all around it.
The bottom. Is your leg bruised yet? Keep hitting on. Good 10 by John.
Well, it is a good 10. John looks a little discouraged, but he's got to not think about that. He's had 9 frames yet to go. He's not that far out.
Well, he's
pace.
discouraged about his first ball.
He only is, but not a good idea to be thinking of that right now, I don't think.
That's true.
Can't let it get you down.
And the longer he takes here, the worse he's going to get.
Yeah, I think he's working a little quicker now, Jack. Yeah, look at that. Again, he's got to just block this out and say, okay, I didn't get a break this time, but I got on the front end. I'm right where I wanted to be.
Right on.
Lots of time left.
Good try by John.
He's throwing a good ball right now.
He is.
He's got to play on that. You want to mark these scores down? We'll give them to you now. 2 frames in each one. Dave Julien is now swept to second place. Bruce Highland is in first at 145 and open. Julien at 143. Barry Soward at 135 and open. And John Kuhn is at 131.
Good ball. He threw that with a little bit of authority, but here again he was on the 3-pin. And
So with him behind, just behind the front pin. That would be a factor. Nice try.
excellent try there by Dave Julien, who had a cousin, I believe, Bruce Julien, was an excellent bowler over to Dartmouth and moved to Ontario and bowled on a few tournament teams with Bruce. Dave Julien after 3 is at 32. And good speed.
Good hit. A little bit of a
Tough lead.
Yep. Bruce Highland opened with a strike spare to move back into first place again ahead of Julien. Dave is waiting for the ball that he wants. Coming back, so long with this one.
Well, he's the type of bowler that can make this one very quickly. Good try by David.
The right idea. Again, we emphasize those single pins, how important they could be. A year ago, Ian Niven $1,000 by beating Chris Hollett by 1 pin. Barry Soward. Good start for Barry. Open with a spare 9 on it, then another spare. He sits at 135 and open right now. 10 pins out of first place. That ball.
Yeah.
Did get 7 on it.
Not bad. Good 7, but he did bounce it.
Yes, he did.
The wood's frozen here. If he hits the front pin, he should get it up, no problem.
Gone. 3 marks in a row now for Barry Soward. 23 bonus pin.
And he's moving around up there. He's very excitable and very relaxed. So
Oh, yeah.
3 in a row for Barry Soward is tough for the other 3 bowlers.
He is methodically putting together a pretty good second string here, at least at the beginning. Oh, wow, he wants that 7 pin to go, but it's not going to cooperate. Get 7 on the mark, first of all.
Now, this is the type of shot I would play right on the red band, and because the other wood that's beside it there, well, of course, he might go down and play the side here, way down the 7 pin. That's where he's gone. Good shot.
Boy. Came very, very close. Good setup for 10, though.
Very good setup.
He gets his 10, so Barry Soward opens with a strike, 9 on it, 7 on the spare he got in the second frame, spare in the third with 7 on it, then a 10. Now we go to Bruce Highland. He opened well also. Strike with a spare on it. He's open on the spare now. Uh-oh.
Not bad at all.
And he gets 7 off the side.
1, 2,
Got
4.
a 3-pin lead over Barry Soward for top spot now. Barry was 4th just a moment ago. Yeah,
Good
look at
shot.
that.
All right.
Bruce Highland comes up with another spare in the third. This guy has been impressive from day one in this championship.
You know, his wife, daughter, and son are in the audience there, and she has a nice big smile on her face. And
Wonder why. Oh, look at this.
Good action.
8 bonus pins, another chance to mark here for Bruce Highland.
I'd almost play the nose of that wood. What a shot. All right, 4 in a row.
For Bruce Highland to open the second string. John Kuhn up now. John sitting 4th and feeling a little heat.
I know that the match is a long way from being over, Bruce, but what a bet Bruce Highland would have been.
That's right.
Now, John is in a position where he's got to mark at least 1 spare in these 2 boxes that he has here.
Yes, he does.
He's going, oh. Well, it's not too bad. Well, the wood stays
That
around.
wood stays there. And he's not going to get it. That is tough for John Kuhn.
You know, that's the 5, 9, 10. We haven't seen it made yet, but I got a feeling with this hard ball that if he hits this 5 pin on the left, that it's going to go like a broom.
Oh, great shot. Nice shot for John Kuhn. Keeps him in the hunt. If you're wondering, Barry Soward trails Bruce Highland for top spot right now by 11 pins, but Bruce is open.
That's the kind of shot that'll get John Kuhn going.
And Bruce Highland's 19 pins up on Dave Julien. And Bruce is open, of course, as we said. So he's looking strong right now.
He sure is.
We still have 6 frames to go. We'll take a closer look at that scoreboard in just a moment. See what John can do here. Can he work?
Oh, that's... Here again, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I'm going to say it's too much time. It's not his style.
He's got a whole bag full of talent. There's no doubt about that.
Well, we've seen it throughout the course of this tournament.
Buckles there. And he does collect his 10 there, but that's not what John wanted. Couple on the spare, 10 in the box. They bring him to the point where all bowlers now have 6 frames to go. We're going to go to the scoreboard and take another look. When we do that, we see Bruce Highland out in front. He's put together a strike and 3 spares. He's picked up 25 bonus pins already in this string in the first 4 frames, plus he's got a bonus ball working. Really an excellent start for Bruce Highland in the second string. He's at 180. Then we go to Barry Soward, who's turned it on also. Three spares, rather, in the opening 4 frames. 169 for him. Dave Julien fading a little bit at 161. And John Kuhn at 153, Jack.
They're all throwing very good balls, and like I say, Barry Soward is going to be the dark horse. But Bruce Highland started with 4 in a row, and he was in second place, so he's definitely going to hang on to something here, either second or first. But however, we'll go back to the bowling because it's been exciting. We don't let these guys sit too long.
All right, let's do that right now then as Dave Julien gets up. Julien, as we mentioned, sitting third right now, 161. Let's see what Dave can do in the 5th there.
Kind of a hush. It's a good break there by David. 137. Oh, that was close.
But it was, and he had good coverage on the 7 there. Could have picked up the 1-3. Come back and play the same shot. And put it in the same place.
He's getting a little lazy up there now.
That's a little tough. He was showing the way there at the halfway mark, but all of a sudden he's in a battle for 4th spot.
He's getting lazy. There's a better ball.
Gets some good coverage over there on the 7. And I believe if he gets the 3, 5, 6, he'll get the 7.
Good call. I'm proud of you.
You're just saying that because you mean it, Jack.
I certainly do mean it.
Oh, wow.
This is probably my last show now. Good shot by David Julien. Left the 6 pin, but when you're fighting him, that's what happens.
Yes, it is. And there is the 10 for Dave Julien. So he'll have to sit down and contemplate things with 4 frames to go for him. Barry Soward up now. Barry trying to make a run on Bruce Highland, but Highland will have none of that. Barry put together 3 spares in the opening 4 frames, but Bruce Highland had 3 also with a strike. And look at this. Would he get the 10?
Well, that's okay.
Well, he does have good coverage, Jack. You're right.
Beautiful coverage. Hit the 2 pin, the 1 on the left, and should carry him right off and take out the 10.
And it does. And Barry Soward. Now Soward and Highland starting to pull away from the pack. They are in a dogfight. No doubt about that.
Well, I would think that this is a first for Bruce Highland, but you know, see him bowl to start the way he is right now. It's a plus for him. But Barry Soward, this is routine, you know.
And Barry gets a big count of 9 and another chance rather to mark again.
Big pin down there. He'll shoot for the nose of the wood in the hole. But he'll be right on the pin.
And he gets on the pin. So Barry Soward in his opening 6 frames puts together 5 spares. Bruce Highland in his opening 4 has 3 spares and a strike. He's open on that one right now, and again he's called upon to perform. We saw him in this situation in the semifinal, and he responded each time.
Good action.
Off the side, he gets 6 there. He does have a good piece of wood in behind the 1. It's not a bad chance, Jack, if you drive the 1 right back on the 9.
Well, the tough pins here, the 2 together.
That changes things a little bit.
Yes.
So this string comes to an end after 4 in a row.
Well, no problem.
That's a nice 10, though. So the confidence level will remain high. He's got wood in the channel there, looking for a ball to throw down. Finds one.
Wouldn't throw his only through somebody else's, but being polite, at least
Great
he asked.
sportsmanship,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. He didn't want to throw somebody's ball down the channel without
Yeah.
at least the courtesy of saying, do you mind?
He's saying to himself up there, very sour, go away.
Yeah, really.
But he's hanging in there, and give him credit. Hoping Mark's
Sure
here.
is. Off the side, 7-pin drop.
Getting good action off the sides. Now, here's a good spare chance. Off the nose, we'll give it to him, or if he just goes right by the nose and hits the pin, he'll get it.
Oh, the ball trailed over, then took out the 7-pin. So Bruce Highland back on track. 5 marks in the opening 6 frames for him in the second string.
I just said he'd get it. I didn't say
Did
how.
you just say how? Now John Kuhn is up. John has 6 frames left. You want to entertain any kind of hope of finishing first, he has to put up 5 or 6 marks.
Right on.
Off to the side again. Is he dropping his shoulder a little bit there, Jack?
He's a little quicker that time, but
Yeah.
I think he's starting to press now, you know, where he knows he's down quite a few pins, but because he's a tremendous bowler. He's had some great scores to get here in this final match. It's a great
Yes.
thrill for him, and
Very, very well.
as a rookie, and I'm sure we'll see him back. Well, we're going to see him in the mixed doubles.
Absolutely.
I don't want to write him off here yet, but we still have a few boxes remaining. 9.
Let's bear down and get the 6-10 for this 9 there. Once again, WCH Builders, John Kuhn sponsor. Barry Soward, sponsored by Humpty Dumpty New Wave. Target Concrete Sawing and Drilling, the sponsor of Bruce Highland. We watch John here.
I must
And
go out
Dave
after,
Julien, sponsored by Skipper Shea's IGA in Bedford. Jack.
after the show. Sorry for interrupting the Bruce,
Right.
but and buy some of those Humpty Dumpty chips.
New Wave.
New Wave. I got to try them. Is that almost like a wrinkle?
I don't know. I have to find out.
There's a bad miss there by
Yeah,
John.
that's one that John
Kuhn.
really wanted to have.
Yeah.
Off the head. You knew he felt bad about that one.
Ken?
So, Jackie Kenny will mark that 10 up on the scoreboard. We go back to the top of the order. Hey, folks, 4 frames to go in this match. Here's the scores. You want to mark them down? 206 and open for Bruce Highland, 198 for Barry Soward. This man at 178. He's got to get something going right here.
Again, he's on
Sitting
the
third.
3-pin, but this is a good spare chance. He got good coverage on the 9-10, and if he's on the 1-2, he should have it.
This is almost a must now for Dave.
It is.
Julien.
A little full, but it was a good hit there by David, but when you're fighting them, that's what happens.
John Kuhn at 172. There is the 10, but right now 10s aren't going to cut it if you're thinking about first place. Now, mind you, they're all important. That 1 pin could be the difference between 3rd and 4th, which is a couple $100.
Yeah, 1,000 for first, 500 for second, 300 for third, and 100 for third,
How about this? Well,
fourth.
Wood's going to clear out of there.
Oh, that's a good shot for
Dave
David.
Julien's going to finish first. He really has to mark right here.
Yes.
He's in the 8th frame and he trails back. Fair amount. It's not going to happen for Dave Julien on that shot for the mark. You have a dogfight for top spot. 8 pins, the difference between this man, Barry Soward, as he chases Bruce Highland, and they're both open on spares.
Barry's saying the same thing about Bruce, you know. Will you go away?
That's right. Dave Julien is 20 pins behind Barry Soward, plus what Barry gets here. I'll tell you the hole that he has dug for himself, so he's
Great 7.
27 pins out. A good chance to mark again for Barry Soward.
1, 2, 4. Great
And
shot.
He has got it. So he continues to put pressure on Bruce Highland.
That's a 6 mark in 7 boxes
Yeah.
of the second string, Bruce, and what a competitor.
Yes, sir. Both he and Bruce Highland responding very, very well to each other's performance. You get one, I'll get one.
Yeah, Barry's at 109 and open in the 7th here. With it.
This is the guy that set in last place at the halfway mark. That's not what Barry Soward wanted. rolling along so nicely and gets 4 on the mark and a very tough split.
Very tough, but he'll work on it.
2 on the right-hand side. Now, of course, we'll go left. Wow.
I'd like to get 2 more on the left here, and he'd be happy with 3, but I'm sure if he gets an 8.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sorry.
Great
I didn't say 10.
That is a beauty.
Sure is.
And now, Bruce Highland's up. Bruce Highland's open on a mark. He trails Barry Soward by 3 pins. Less, of course, when he gets here. Well, he
Take
only
4.
got 4. So he leads by 1. Ooh,
What a big finish we're going to have.
this is really something.
Good
And
shot.
That was a pretty good hit.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Let me ask you this, Jack. Are those pins big down there right now?
They're big for his score, but for him, they're small.
And he gets 2 of them, and that means he and Soward are dead even for top spot as they battle for the $1,000 top prize. Keep this in mind, a tie for any position, and there is a 1-frame roll-off. A strike is simply a strike, a spare is simply a spare. They don't roll on marks.
He needs a 10 here to tie, Barry,
Yes,
like
he
you
does.
said.
It's off to the side.
Oh, that's a...
This guy has been steady Eddie all the way through this, time and time again, and quarterfinal, semifinal in particular. He's been called upon to make great shots, and he's done it.
Yes, he has.
And he comes back here with a good hit and almost pulled off the mark. Now, that's a single pin right there. That's the difference between a tie for first and second place right now. He's on the wood, didn't get it. He dropped behind Soward by a single pin each with 2 frames to go, Jack. I want to tell you something, folks. You're in for a good one here. Now, John Kuhn. He is 6 pins behind Dave Julien as they battle for 4th and 3rd. I want to count them out all together here, but kind of keep you abreast of that battle.
No, it's just not his match.
No, that's tough for John.
It's hard to keep it going, you know. You got to win 1 round to advance, and then you got to win another round to advance. And you get in the finals. It's hard to keep your momentum going.
Yeah. John a little disappointed there. See him drop his shoulder. We're now 8 pins behind Dave Julien in the battle for 3rd and 4th. After this, we're going to go to the scoreboard. We strongly suggest you get pencil and paper, mark down the scores, because there's going to be 2 frames to come. We've got a whale of a battle for top spot with just 1 pin in the difference.
Good hit, tough leave there for
Yeah, that
John
really
Kuhn.
is. Not a bad battle for 3rd and 4th either. That's the shaping up. And we're assuming that's the battle. We're not going to concede anything at this point in time. Dave Julien, John Kuhn, both good strike balls.
Good try there,
This
but
game can change on you, Jack. Dave Julien, the leader at the halfway mark, got up and threw a spare in the opening frame, and it looked like, boy, this guy is on a roll. He only got 4 on it and hasn't marked since.
tough 8 there for John.
So John Kuhn will have to accept that and sit down, and with that, he drops now 10 pins behind Dave Julien as they do their battle for 3rd and 4th. But as we go to the scoreboard now, boy, this is a dandy. Now, keep in mind these facts. There are 2 frames to go per bowler. First place is worth $1,000. Second place is worth $500. Big difference. But only 1 pin separates Barry Soward and Bruce Highland, 229, 228. Dave Julien, and if we're talking about top spot, is 31 pins now out of first place at 198, and John Kuhn at 188, sitting in 4th right now. Jack, 2 frames per bowler to come.
Well, the good news for Barry Soward is that he has 2 boxes remaining. He's leading by, like you say, 1 pin, and he's got to bowl first. And the good news for Bruce Highland is that he likes Barry to bowl first because he's got to bowl last. So this is going to go down to the last box, I believe, and Barry bowling first. I mean, don't be surprised if he doesn't get spare 9 spare going out, because He's throwing a very good ball, and he has 7 marks out of 8 boxes up there, so it's going to be tough to call. I mean,
And the other deal for Barry Soward, too, if he puts 2 10s up there, if he does them right, puts 2 10s up, Highland rather will still have to mark.
yes.
So
right.
that 1 point there, at least one point?
Point.
That 1 pin that Bruce left could come back to haunt him. That's the one he left in the 9th, although it was no gimme because there was a tough piece of wood out in front. That's the situation. Let's go now to Dave Julien as he gets up to finish off this. 14 weeks now into week 15. 32 bowlers became 4 into this final. And there are now only 2 frames per bowler to come.
Well, they're all going to get some money. Now there's
yeah.
there's the type of ball that Bruce Julien or Dave Julien should have been throwing from the start. Right there, he threw his own ball with lots of stuff on it. Good power.
Yeah.
Bad break, but
A bad break, but you're right. He did throw a pretty good ball.
yeah.
Well, this is going to leave the door open for John Kuhn if you're thinking 3rd and 4th. There's a $200 difference there. He gets a single pin, but that means the difference is only 9 now in that battle. The real battle is going to take place in just a moment. Off the side, spreads them around a little bit.
Good coverage. 3/4 on the front end, you'll take out the 9, and the 7 shouldn't be any problem. So good spare chance here for David.
Oh,
He
nice.
did it just
nice
about
job.
perfect, but
Yeah.
couldn't get the 9. So
Single pin there. This will determine whether he's going to lead Kuhn by 9 or 8 pins.
big pin.
And it's 8. So that's the difference when John Kuhn gets up. But now let's turn our attention to the battle for first. 2 frames to go. This guy, Barry Soward, leads it by 1 over Bruce Highland. And you can guarantee he's going to get quiet here, Jack.
Yes. And he's been in the pocket all day. The last
Yes.
box he had a punch out.
Well,
He almost had the same thing, but it's not all that bad.
no, he has nice coverage on
the
the
wood is
7.
rolling back there, so that might take out the 7. Okay, anywhere's on that 3 pin. This could go very quickly.
Oh,
So
too
fold like
flush.
that, yeah.
Well, now what you've got here, Jack, is a situation where
Oh, he's
in
got
all
to play.
likelihood he won't get 10.
You got to play the wood for 9, and the ball comes
Yeah.
back and might give him the 6 pin.
And he gets that. So now we've got a tie for first again. He dropped the pin there. Of course, assuming a 10 here and then 2 10s for Bruce Highland. That's the way we work it. Anything more or less, we subtract
Might say that
or add.
Dave Julien for 2 strings in this championship match. 216 for good hit. Look at this.
This is a good setup here because he has a nice piece of wood right in behind covering the 8,
And
Jack.
this is going to turn and give him a good guide, so I think Barry is not going to miss this one. What's your call, Professor?
Oh, he's going to go right on the, I don't think he'll use the wood at all. I think he's going to go right on the pin. And he did, and he made it
All
good.
right.
Big mark there for Barry Soward coming in the final frame. So we said they were tied, so the difference will be what he gets on this mark.
Yes, yeah.
John Kuhn trails Dave Julien by 8. Keep that in mind. It's a possibility, Jack, we could have a tie for first and a tie for third here. On that, he gets 5. Well, here comes Bruce Highland. He needs 26 pins in the final 2 frames to win it.
That's a
And
fine
we're
game.
assuming that John Kuhn is not going to be there.
Fine game for Barry Soward.
Put that
147
number
for
up on the board there. We're gonna make it quick.
253. Now pulls to out. Oh,
man.
good action. That's 3 boxes in a row for Bruce. That he's been way down on the right, but he's got them all in a bunch here.
Yes,
and,
he does. He has to mark here or in the next frame. And he has 3 big pins down there, too.
Yes, he can't afford to drop any pins,
No.
but I think he's feeling a little pressure right now. But
Can't blame him if he is. Working kind of quickly.
good
He
9.
gets 2 of those, so he needs a mark with 6 on it right now.
He's got to get in the pocket. I mean, I know. I'm glad it's him throwing the
Now,
ball,
this is
not
for
me.
$1,000, Jack. This
That's
is
right.
really tense.
Glad it's him and not me, because
A mark with 6 on it to tie for first place. Bruce Highland.
$1,000.
Big hit in the front. They're moving around. He's got the strike.
All right.
A strike in the final frame for Bruce Highland. You talk about performing under pressure, Jack. Now he needs 7 on this to win it.
Is this last year?
My.
This is
This
exciting.
guy has been steady Eddie. If that was me, this ball, I swear, Jack, I'd throw it through the masking unit. Look out in lane 1.
I wouldn't have got it down the alley at all.
Here we go. Needs 7 to win the whole thing. Well, he's moving them around, Jack. He's got 5. He needs 2 of these.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going
The
to be
crown champion.
He's going to be on the front end to get 7 here. If he's on that 3-pin, there's a possibility he could get 7. But
Gotta
be on
get
the
2 of these.
Yeah.
He went through the hole,
Oh,
missed
gee.
it. Oh my, he
No.
missed it. Oh, what a heartbreaker for Bruce Highland. He bowled so well in the competition, went through the hole, and Barry Soward is going to claim the championship. Now, John Kuhn is up. He needs 8 pins. I should say he needs 28. Assuming 10s, he needs 8 bonus pins to catch Dave Julien for 3rd, but what a heartbreaker for Bruce Highland. A dead-end tie.
Is it tie? Yeah. I'm missing a pin here somewhere.
Man, now they're going to go back up and check that because we wanted to check that board very closely. I had them losing by 1, Jack.
I think you're right, because
And they are making that change. Whew. I thought we had miscalculated there somewhere, but they went up and made the change. And for the 2nd year in a row,
1 pin.
a 1-pin victory. Man. John Kuhn is still entertaining 3rd place money, but he needs a mark with 9 on it right now.
Well, that's too bad for Bruce Highland.
What a heart-stopping finish there.
Yeah. Gary just got a handshake, I think, from his brother-in-law, and the wife is smiling.
Oh, my, that was a $500 shot. Oh, my, he has to spare this now.
Yeah.
Wow.
That Helen's got the saying.
Yeah.
She said to Dave Julien, you got to eat hamburger.
Not going to be for John Kuhn. Going to pick up 4th place money here. Dave Julien will be finishing 3rd. But hey, I want to tell you, the knees are still shaking, Jack James. What a tremendous finish. For the 2nd year in a row, the championship is decided on 1 pin. It was a year ago that young Chris Hollett had it together. 125 to open, then a 123 second string. Ian Niven finished with 143. He faltered to a 106, but snuck in with that 106 to score a 249, 248 total over Hollett and win it by 1. Here, a similar situation, 106 for Barry Soward to open, then the big 147 rather, and the 253 total. Or at least Bruce Highland had him on the ropes, no doubt about that. He was 115 to open, came up with a big strike in the 10th frame, needed 7 on it, got 5 with the first ball, just needed 2, and they were there, Jack.
They sure
Threw
were.
it through the hole, and Barry Soward wins it by a single pin, 253, 252, 216 for Julien, getting 3rd place money. John Kuhn finishes 4th, but
Well,
it was exciting.
It very much so. You got to get hats off to Bruce Highland. I know what he was doing there. He was on the strike, and he was playing it safe there to try and hit the 3-pin. And of course, he went through the hole. He didn't want to play the king or the front pin, I should say, and go missing the hole there. But it was nice. He got the strike anyway to make it interesting. And hats off to Barry Sauer, who had, I think, 7 marks in that 2nd string for a fine game of 147. Bruce Highland at 137. Excellent bowling. And hard luck bowler here tonight was probably John Kuhn.
Yes.
Dave Julien finished up with a 216, but had his chances earlier and missed them. But however, it was a good match. Any more of these I can't take.
That indeed was exciting. Give full marks to Barry Soward. He did what he had to do. He put the spare up in the 9th to put the pressure on Bruce Highland, and Bruce Highland has responded through this entire match. I'm really impressed with this guy, and he did it again in the 10th, came up with a big strike when he needed it, but then came up just 1 pin short. Congratulations to Barry Soward, our 1997 men's champion. Wow, we've had great bowling in the men's and women's and all this, and now we're going to go on. I'm going to have the doubles coming up, Jack. Indeed, it has been exciting, but quite a story. 2 years in a row, it comes down to one pin to declare the champion. In this case, Barry Soward beats out Bruce Highland by that one pin. We certainly hope you enjoyed this one and will join us when we get on to the mixed doubles. Until then, I'm Bruce Stephen. For Jack James and our entire crew, we say so long for now.